All right, our big story on India Sense this week is from Myanmar, where the Arakan army has now advanced into Maungdaw, which is the key city in the country's Rakhine state. And in fact, Arakan army is now controlling key border posts, including the strategic P5 base along the Bangladesh border. In fact, the map that we'll put out for our viewers really will decode exactly how significant that is, because the group now wields significant and important power over those who enter and exit Myanmar across the porous frontier with Bangladesh. That you can see on your border, on your screens right now, what this border really means. And now there's a burning question here. Will the Arakan army now move further into Bangladesh? They're already on the border. And specifically, will they target the key port city of Chittagong? Why is that significant? Because it has a population of about 25% Hindus, 5% Christians. So that's why it's significant and important for India as well. And any spillover could stir up long-standing religious and ethnic tensions that could trigger further instability in this region. As far as Yunus is concerned, he faces an uphill battle. A fresh influx of Rohingya refugees fleeing renewed violence could put immense pressure on a nation that's already struggling with a humanitarian crisis, further destabilize an already fragile system. Bangladesh already houses over 740,000 Rohingyas since 2017, and housing any more of them would be both politically and economically very difficult for Yunus and Bangladesh. Let's now take a look at how it impacts India. The stakes are very high for India as well. India shares over 1,600 kilometers of porous border with Myanmar, which has impacted India's social fabric due to the influx of illegal people, drugs, and arms. And now with the Arakan army gaining ground, Manipur and Mizoram are two states in India that may witness more instability and higher risk of cross-border ethnic tensions. Myanmar's mess also threatens India's $500 million Kalamandan multimodal transit transport port, which in fact links the eastern coastline with the northeastern states via Myanmar. Take a look and listen in to what the External Affairs Ministry has to say about what is going on in Myanmar.
जहाँ तक म्यांमार के हालत के सवाल है, म्यांमार में जो भी गतिविधियाँ हो रही है उस पर हम लोग लगातार उस पर नज़र बनाए हुए हैं। म्यांमार में हमारा पक्ष ये रहा है कि जो वहाँ पर जितने स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं वो सब साथ मिल के बात करें, एक कंस्ट्रक्टिव तरीके से बात करें, ताकि वहाँ पर शांति फिर से लौट के आए, स्थिरता फिर से लौट के आए और वहाँ पर लोकतंत्र फिर से बहाल हो। तो ये हमारा आपके प्रश्न पे जो जवाब है ये रहेगा।
Let's now understand how it impacts China. Why is this significant for China as well? Because Beijing has been backing the junta, which is now struggling from Arakan army's advances. The AA's recent victories have eroded or at least reduced China's grip. Over 40% of Myanmar's debt is actually to China. There are also huge Chinese projects that are running in this region, and which is why instability in this area, or the fact that the military may lose grip, impacts China, its interest, very, very directly. And in China has been trying to also mainstream the military and end its diplomatic isolation as well. A strategy that may backfire if the Arakan army continues to make gains. And for India to counter China's ambitions in the Southeast Asian region and the Bay of Bengal and shift the regional power dynamics, it needs to tread with caution. Now, first, it needs to prepare for more instability in Bangladesh. That is bound to happen, and that will impact the region. Second, it needs to tighten the border security in the wake of refugee waves and ethnic violence. Remember, Myanmar is a region where India and China are jostling for influence, because US and EU have very limited presence here. All they do is slap sanctions and further alienate the people. And which is why how they respond, or how India responds to Arakan army's wins over the Myanmar military, will actually decide and dictate the future of this entire region.